What's up? Happy Easters. I am so glad that you are here watching this video for Myers Worship Team. And it is going to be fun. Yes. So hey, I'm making this video to talk through our Easter services. One of the things I wanted to do this past Sunday was to go through the details of the service and just look through our chord charts, look through our flow. Since we weren't able to practice, I'm going to do this in video, so look at me for a second. Really important that you spend some time to watch this video before this Sunday's rehearsal so that we're able to really dig in, really able to hit everything and be prepared. So the thing I want for this rehearsal on Sunday, guys, is really for us to look at it as not practice, but a rehearsal. And I think if we come prepared, it's going to flow really well and be great. So let's talk about this coming Sunday. So we are getting our floors all nice and waxed this weekend, and our stage set for Easter. Just some additional lighting pieces are coming in. So that's why our rehearsal is going to be starting at 4 o'clock, because they're going to be wrapping everything up and ready to go at 4. So when we get here at 4 o'clock, vocalists come and join in the Fort Myers production green room. We're going to spend a half hour or so mapping out our vocals, making sure that we've got everything down. Band, go ahead and get everything set up and begin running through the opener, I think. That's going to take a little bit of time. The beauty of this, guys, is that the rest of our songs in our set we've done on weekends, so it should be pretty straightforward for us. But just mapping out that opener, that's what I'd love to see from 4 to 4:30. And then from 4:30 until 6, us really pounding stuff out. 6 o'clock is our end time. We may go past that. I want to let you guys know that I am going to get dinner for us. So those of you who are able to stay, so let's say we wrap up rehearsal at 6 or 6:30. We are going to have dinner when we're done. So if you want to stick around for that, that'd be awesome. Just have some community time. If you do need to leave, by all means, feel free that you can. If you want family to come, it's totally cool too. They can swing by the church and have some food with us. But that's going to be our game plan on Sunday. So let's look at our flow. So if you can have Planning Center open or refer to that whenever we're going through the details here. So this year, our opener here at Fort Myers is going to be really, really fun. So we're doing this song called Sanctuary by Southeastern University Worship. And then we're going to have a spoken word and then go into the traditional hymn, Because He Lives. That's going to be our complete opener. So let's talk about it. The key of E, the beginning really to like the 3-minute mark is very, very ambient. So we're going to want atmosphere. So electric guitars. We're going to want just a lot of ambience. Keys. This is going to be our whirly tone. So we're going to want a pad on our MIDI and just hold that down as then we play a Rhodes whirly tone for the chord progression. So that's really the feel of it. I'm going to sing the verse 1, verse 3, 2 choruses, and it's going to be very, very, very intimate. And what we're looking forward to is this is going to set the tone. People are going to be like, wow, this is different. It's not a huge opener. But wait, it is. Because we are going to be having a kabuki screen in front of us during this. And so that ambient section of the song will go. And then as soon as we are done with the chorus repeat, we end up going into this instrumental time. Listen to the reference track in Planning Center, because that's the amount of time that we're going to take for this. Because we're going to go into then a spoken word that Danielle Andujar actually wrote the majority of, which it's so good. So Danielle is going to then be behind that curtain and is going to be giving the spoken word. So about a minute into the spoken word is whenever then we start singing and going into the bridge section of the song. So you'll, again, listen to the reference track. When we hit that bridge section, that's when we want to start to build it. So we're going to do the first pass. Think of taking it from a 3 to a 6. And then the second pass of the bridge, we want to go from a 6 to a 9 to release. Because when we hit the end of the second bridge, when we say empty grave, that's when That's when the lights come up. That's when the kabuki drop hits. That's when the choir comes in. And so it's going to be a really powerful moment. So vocalists, that second pass through the bridge, you're going to join by singing unison. And then when we launch and we hit that moment of empty grave, we're going to sustain by singing, He lives, He lives. We're going to do that twice. And then launch right in, because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Now, where the voicing of that key is, the melody is pretty high for me. So what I'd love is for that to then switch lead. So on Saturday, Manuela's going to sing the melody of that. On Sunday, Kiera's going to sing it. Now, the choir is singing it. It's a big moment. So I would really love on Saturday night, I'll be doing some of this, but on Sunday, Chastity and Shalando, feel free, feel it out, rest in it, so that we can have a couple runs that are going off in this song. And then we're gonna do again, because He lives, one pass through and a big crash on the end, ring it out. That's gonna set us up for then the campus pastor. They're gonna do a high energy welcome. And then we're into our song 1. We're going to be going into You Have Won. We're going to have a track for this. I want to talk about this song for a second. So, original Next Level song. It's awesome. And we've been doing it a certain way in the weekends. What I'd love for us to do is actually start with the chorus. And Ryan on drums, this is really going to impact you. And all the band, I would love to give that first chorus almost a gospel feel. So you guys are going to want to be really synced up on hits. So this is what I'm going to be. Give me a little bit of grace here, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. So we launched. So campus pastor, come on guys, let's worship. 1, 2. You have overcome. Do those hits on the overcome. Let it sustain. So band, that's what you're going to hit. Da da. Now, use power in your blood. Dun 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 dun. So again, it's gonna be syncopated. There is power in your blood. Dun 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 dun. And let's walk up the chord, a chord progression there. So let's do A, B, A over C sharp, B over D sharp, D, E. We can try that out. And then you have overcome. Dun, dun, dun. Death is defeated. Hit, cause you have 1, 2, 3. Intro. Dun, 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 dun. So that's the feel. So really, really practice your sections again with those hits. And then we're into the song as we normally do. High energy, guys. We really want this to be big. And then we'll crash out at the end. I'll be leading that song both Saturday and Sunday. And then we're into Holy Ground. We're going to be on a track on Holy Ground. We're going to take this from the very beginning of the song with the big intro. And then, and really we'll worship with this song as we normally do. The only difference is the first 2 bridges, we're going to do, we're going to keep it low. And actually, no, first bridge is down, second bridge is up. But it's going to be in Spanish. So Manuela's leading the song. We're going to do those. So the Spanish lyrics are attached in Planning Center. So Manu and then Kiera on Sunday, begin looking at those lyrics. Get them down. And then we launch into the instrumental. And then after the instrumental, when we go back into the bridge, the high bridge, we're going to be in English. Of chains fall. And so we'll worship through that. Jesus, you change everything. Let it sustain. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Peace. Bring it all to peace. So that's what that's going to feel like. Okay, guys? So as soon as we hit the crash, we're not going to crash, so we're just going to do a hit, sustain, 3, 4, peace. So we're going to want, as soon as we hit the hit, we're going to want to hit the track for tremble, and it will just be a hit, 2, 3, 4, peace. And what's really cool is we're doing it in the same key as Holy Ground, because Holy Ground is in C. It's a step down. Manu and K-bar, I think that's going to work well for you. And then Tremble is in the original key of C. Amanda, I'm having you lead that Saturday. Chastity, I'm having you lead that on Sunday. This is Tremble. So Tremble, again, we'll flow right into it. And then I'm going to shorten the arrangement of that a little bit. So we're going to do verse 1, verse 2, chorus, verse 3, chorus times 1, and then bridge times 2, and then big chorus times 1, and then end it. So that's going to be arrangement. Let's talk about that one more time. Verse 1, verse 2, chorus, verse 3, chorus, only one time into 2 bridges, into 1 big final chorus, and crash. And then, guys, that's our worship set. So make sure you're into those details. And then the last piece to talk about is at the end of Pastor Matt's message, we're going to go back into Sanctuary. It's going to be in the key of E, same as what we did for the intro. Only difference here is we're not doing the spoken word. So by the time we hit the bridge sections of the song, we're going to do verse 1, verse 3, chorus, chorus. After that, we're going to want to begin building it with the bridges, and we're going to end high. Saturday, I'm going to lead that Shalando. I'd love for you to lead that on Sunday. And then Campus Pastor is going to celebrate that moment. And then we're going to go into our bottom line. And then for our closing song, we're going to reprise Because He Lives that we did from up top. So again, remember Manu takes that lead on Saturday. Kiera takes that lead on Sunday. Chord progression is all attached to Sanctuary, that opener. You'll see it at the end, the chord for Sanctuary. So I think that theme of just because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He lives, all fear is gone. I know He holds my future, so life is worth the living just because He lives. That is what we want people walking out, being encouraged and believing. So we're gonna end on that note. We'll want to practice that. There's gonna be two of the choruses. First time we'll want to be at like a 7, and then last time through really bring it up to a 9. So that's what we're looking at, guys. Come prepared, please. Listen into the vocal parts. They're all up there. Band, listen really closely. We're on tracks for these songs, so it's going to be very similar to the original recordings. Listen very closely to what each of you guys are playing, what your role is. And I believe that we're going to have a really strong rehearsal on Sunday. And then last but not least, on Tuesday is our technical rehearsal. Please make every effort to be there. And we'll talk more about that on Sunday, but just keep that open. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. But that should be everything. And the Easter is going to be awesome. Thank you for being a part of it, guys. We couldn't do it without you. And you're going to play a role in people's lives being changed forever. So it's going to be super exciting, guys. Again, need anything, let me know. I'll see you soon.